Good morning, everyone. It's Sal, Stretford Post. How you doing? I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. I hope everyone's doing well. Everyone recovered from yesterday's game, last night's game? Everyone recovered from it? I mean, it was a decent result, a good performance from Manchester United. But as we all know, we had this before, haven't we? We've been in this position before. You know what? Getting good results, good performances, and then we go on and lose against teams we're supposed to be beating. So, you know what? I'm not going to celebrate too much. I mean, I did say that Man United will get something from the game, of course. And I always said, believe, guys. But it's not about me. It's about the club. It's about the football team. And that is what I've always been about. It's not about opinions. It's not about being right or wrong. All I want is for Manchester United to win games. That's all I want. And at the end of the day, they showed me yesterday what they are capable of. Again, in some may say, 50% possession at Anfield. Do you know what I mean? And some people are saying, oh, you know what? Liverpool didn't really play that well. No, Man United didn't allow them to play that well, which was a good performance from Man United. And we have to give credit where it is due. Every single player on that pitch, to a man, played his part. He did well, and that's one thing I would say in regards to yesterday's game. It's not just about one player did well, this player did well. It's about us being together and understanding that it is all about the football club. And it's all about the badge, of course, guys. Absolutely. Guys, before I start, please don't forget to smash a like on the video. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much, everyone who's joining me today. Of course, guys. Absolutely. Good morning, Sanjay. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Hope you're good. Hope you're good. Absolutely. Look, I was seeing scores like 9s and 10s and 11s even over the last week or so. And I always said, as Manchester United fans, right, we do not give up. We don't give up. And this is what I've been saying for a long time. We don't have this defeatist attitude. You don't have defeatist attitude in life. Otherwise, you get nowhere. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, what you got to do, you got to be positive and you got to say, look, we can. Why not? You know what I mean? They did it. They did it. Why can't we? At the end of the day, we have talent. We can do it. And we've proven that we can do it. The only issue now with Manchester United going forward is that when we, like Bruno Fernandes said, when we come up against the Southamptons of this world, when we come up against the Ipswich Towns of this world, are we going to be the same? When the pressure is off, when the games are less glamorous, are we going to be the same? Big up, Pearl. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing good. Good to see everyone in the house this morning, this Monday morning, of course, guys. I hope everyone is doing well. Those of you who are back from holidays. Some people are back from holidays, of course, guys. Absolutely. But yeah, look, and this is what I'm saying. What impressed me the most about yesterday's game is the urgency and putting the foot in and fighting for that badge. It wasn't perfect. Of course, it wasn't perfect. But we saw something that we haven't seen in the last few weeks. The only concern I would say is that we beat Man City, then we went and lost 4 games in a row. Do you know what I mean? And that was the problem, of course, guys. The one thing I would say is that we can't get carried away. Of course we can't, but we also can't be over pessimistic. The game was very good. The performance was fantastic, but we have seen this story before, haven't we? Beating the likes of Liverpool and Man City and Chelsea in the past, and then we go on and we lose to Southampton, for example. We can't be doing that now. These players have proven what they can do. They've proven that they can go toe-to-toe with Liverpool. This isn't like Erik ten Hag. This isn't like when we went to Anfield and we drew 0-0 and we had 25% possession and, part of the bus, basically. This isn't that. We actually went toe-to-toe with Liverpool yesterday and we actually should have won the game. If it wasn't for the referee, I mean, let's be honest, the referee was atrocious. Again, Michael Oliver, we knew that anyway. 1 offside goal and the penalty was harsh. We had a penalty as well in our favor, but it didn't go to VAR at all. They didn't even look at it. We should have won against Liverpool yesterday. And to be honest with you, I sort of expected this. And now what these Man United players need to show us is that they can do it consistently. It's all good saying, oh, look, you know what? I told you about that player. I told you he's this good. I told you he's this. But if they don't do it consistent, it doesn't really matter, does it, at the end? Assalamu alaikum, Qazi. How you doing? Wa alaikum salam. Hope you're good. Good to see you, mate. Morning, folks. Not a bad result at all. Not bad at all, guys. We've got to take the positives from it. And the most important thing that we need to do as a fan base is that we need to be like, okay, we got that result. And as Man United now need to take it forward into the easier, so-called easier games. They need to take it forward to the Southamptons and to the Ipswich. Of course, we got Arsenal first. You know, we go to the Emirates. I don't think Emirates is anywhere near as intimidating as Anfield, by the way. So if we go to the Emirates and we get a result at the Emirates, we win at the Emirates. Of course, the game has to be finished there. And then, of course, guys, the game has to be finished at the Emirates. And there is no second leg. There's going to be penalty shootout and extra time, of course. So that is where, you know, I want to see consistency. I want to see consistency. Don't want to see 4 games lost in a row like we did before. I want to see consistency. Knock out Arsenal at the FA Cup. Let's knock out bloody Arsenal at the FA Cup. Let's put Arteta in his place. Then let's place the likes of Brighton and Ipswich and Southampton, and let's win those games. And then if we win those games, who knows what could happen, guys? We got a run of games right now that are very, very winnable. Look, Arsenal game aside, they're very winnable on paper. But this is where Man United's problem has been. It's the winning on paper, the games that should be won on paper, of course, guys. So look, we got Arsenal coming up next Sunday. Then we got Southampton on the 16th of January. And then we got Brighton at home on the 19th of January. And then we got Rangers at home on the 23rd of January. And then we got Fulham away, you know, on the 26th of January. So, you know what? Not too bad there. And then obviously we play on the 30th of January against FCSB. So not too bad there. There's a run of games there that Man United should be really trying to win, of course. Matt, good morning, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Do you think Onana should have saved the first goal? What was the first goal? I'm trying to even remember. No. I felt like the defending was poor. I felt like he was always going to go onto his right foot. He's not a left footer. He was always going to go into his right foot. So what Roy Keane said something similar. What De Ligt needed to do was be ready for both scenarios. Unfortunately, he sacrificed himself. It was a sacrificial lamb on the floor, and then Gakpo bended it in. To be honest with you, I can't see Onana saving that. I really don't. I mean, and I've been his biggest critic, of course. We'll give a lot of credit to Amos' tactics last night. We played it long, not the stupid playing out from the back that kills many teams at Anfield. We won lots of balls, and we controlled the game, to be honest, guys. And it wasn't like a snatch and grab. It was actually a good performance. It was actually a performance of control. The midfield there, we won the midfield battle. Mainu and Ugarte were fantastic. We won the midfield battle. And, you know, that is one thing. Those little individual battles in the pitch, we won, you know. Yes, we need to be a little bit more ruthless. Our match should have scored in the first half, of course. We missed a couple of chances in the first half. So did Liverpool, but we missed the best chances in the game. Højlund went through, should have scored. Man United should have won that game. And not only won that game, won the game comfortably. And this is exactly what I've been telling these people for the last week. Don't think Man United are going to go there and lose 9s and 10s like everyone's been saying. We're going to get smashed up. We're going to get effed up and this and that. Football doesn't work that way, you know, and especially when it is Liverpool against Manchester United, it is a derby, it is the biggest game in England. So there was always going to be, obviously, surprises. Good morning, David. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Afternoon, evening, all Man United fans around the world. What happened? All of a sudden, the guys turned up. Could have won. Now the real work starts. We need to beat Arsenal and Southampton. Absolutely. Next game now. And that is what's most important. We want to see an element of consistency. We don't want to see any more, you know what? Oh, we did well. We beat Man City. Now we can take our foot off the pedal. Now we need to carry on. And you can see the disappointment in Ruben Amorim's face yesterday that how come these players can play like that? But when it comes against the teams like Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest and Wolves, then we can't do it. What's going on? Do you know what I mean? And Liverpool, the best team in the country, probably one of the best team, if not the best team in Europe at the moment. So why can't we do that against the likes of Wolves and Bournemouth and Southampton? You know, at the end of the day, when it comes to these type of games, when teams are sitting back and you have to show the ascendancy, this is where we come unstuck. And this is where what we need to do better going forward. Almac, should Xerxes have taken the shot or pass to Maguire? I think he should have passed it. I mean, there was a lot of criticism in regards to Xerxes' pass. I don't know. I still think that Maguire should have scored that. He gets that and targets a goal, isn't it? Xerxes could have took the shot, but Xerxes lacking confidence at the moment. I would say that. So, you know what? One thing I liked about the thing, I know we should have won the game, and it's disappointing we didn't win the game in the end. But one thing I would say is that We could have lost it as well. Obviously, Euro with that tackle, absolutely unbelievable tackle on the other end. Game-saving tackle, brilliant. One thing I would say about the Xerxes thing is that the fans, you know what, were really good. They were really good. When he came on, they applauded him. They gave him confidence. And I think that is really good for the player. I think that is what Man United fans should be about. That is who we are. That is what we do. We don't throw players under the bus straight away. They just sign for the club. He's 23. Give him a chance. And he came on the pitch and he almost set up the winner, didn't he, at the end of the day? But you know what? We have to wait and see now, you know, in regards to Xerxes. Will he stay at the club? Won't he stay at the club? You know, will Man United sell him? Will they loan him out? It's going to be interesting, isn't it, at the end of the day? Good morning, GK. How you doing? Our approach was up in defence. Dalot was offensively showcasing efforts from left wing back, which not his best. Maguire and Ahmed, I can't read that, of a scoring could have turned to score 4-2. At the end of the day, what we've been screaming out for a long time is for our wing backs to push forward, cross the ball with the natural sided foot. So what Dalot was doing yesterday is exactly what we've been saying for the last few weeks and months. Cross the ball. If you're playing on the left, get the ball in from the left. I know he's not left-footed, and you can't blame him for that. He's right-footed. You can't blame him for not doing that. But he hasn't done it on the right when he's played there as well. Well, what we need to do, we need to get forward, and that is both wing-backs. They need to get forward and need to cross the ball with their lateral foot. And when you get the ball in first time, it creates havoc. It creates havoc for the defence. And, you know, and this is what we've been screaming out for a long time. A long time. This is exactly what we want. It's not like we hate individual players. We don't want individual players to do well. We want every player to do well. We want Man United to do well. When they do well, Man United do well, of course, guys. Absolutely. Rasta, they need to keep this performance as playing as a team, and our captain needs to start being a captain. Look, to be honest with you, I have to say that Bruno Fernandes was good yesterday. I wouldn't say absolutely phenomenal, oh my God, but he was good yesterday. And we give him his corn. When players play well, we give them the praise that they deserve. Because I feel like yesterday he was fantastic. He played well yesterday. I really do feel like he had a good game, in my opinion. And to be honest with you, I enjoyed this performance yesterday. And you know what? But as he said, as Bruno Fernandes said in the press conference after the game, he did say that, you know what, there's no point doing it against Liverpool, when Man City, when we go to Southampton and we don't win and we don't play the same, of course, with the same intensity. One thing, Sal, we have one thing poor is from the right wing back zone, opponent left wing back is closed down by Luis Diaz and Gordon. Yeah, but we're not going to bring any negatives. I thought the team did very well yesterday. I love the performance. We should have won. Ugarte was solid. He's still 23 years old. Amazing, isn't it? Absolutely incredible performance from Ugarte yesterday. Brilliant performance. Really enjoyed his performance. Solid. And you know what? I was looking at that midfield at the beginning of the game, and I was like, you know what? That's my favorite midfield. That's my favorite midfield. But I was a little bit concerned, you know, because obviously I don't want them to get run through. But what we did yesterday that helped the midfield is that the defense pushed forward and the defense helped the midfield, which is that's how the tactic is supposed to work. It seems to me that they're starting to get used to this tactic from Ruben Amorim. And as time goes on, and people will see, as I've been saying, you will start to see the bare fruits of this system, and you will see that this system will start to work. Ugarte, my goodness me, you know, he could be a leader for us for a long time. Someone said yesterday he could be our Rodri. I mean, you know what? Let's wait and see, because he's a fantastic player, and I can't wait, you know, I mean, to see more of Ugarte as he gets used to the formation, the tactics, and gets used to Manchester United, of course. Really enjoyed his performance yesterday, as with everyone else, of course. Like Amran Fernandez said, it's the system as hard. It's just how much you want it. Absolutely. The only problem is to have the played with 10 men. Højlund was not good enough. Martinez. I don't say that. I don't say that Højlund was not good enough. I felt I held the ball up. His ball stuff was good. I don't say that he wasn't good enough. I thought he was okay yesterday, and that my ratings would prove that. I think that's been harsh. I don't think you should single out players just because they didn't score a goal. Any player in Europe up front probably would have struggled yesterday up front. It was a graveyard shift, so to speak, but he did it well. He held up the ball well. I don't think what the problem is with him, to be honest. Absolutely. Dalot had us be. What's that? Dalot had a decent performance, a 7 out of 10. I mean, at the end of the day, he done all right, didn't he? For once, at the end of the day. I'm not having it with them, so they need to stop disrespecting the badge and play for the badge. Absolutely. And when you don't see players that are playing for the badge, I mean, when they say that, why aren't we playing against Southampton? Why aren't we doing it against the Bournemouth and the Nottingham Forest of this world? Why aren't we doing that? And that obviously brings in the realms of concern. But today, all right, I'm happy. I'm happy with the performance, and we move on. And let's see what happens. They've shown us, they've exposed themselves to what they can do. If they've exposed themselves to what type of performances they can pluck out of thin air. Do you know what I mean? And that is what I was happy about, of course. Darren, Dalot had his best game of the season. I agree, Darren. It was. It's about time. Absolutely, it was. Licha, love for the badge. Absolutely, Licha. Fantastic. And this is why I don't doubt players too much. This is why I don't throw players under the bus too much, because everyone can have bad games. I know we've had a few bad games, but you know what? Everyone can have a bad game. Licha's had a bad year. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. And to be honest with you, yesterday was really good. It wasn't perfect, but it was really good. And he did give a captain's performance yesterday. But now, obviously, it's about bringing it into the next games. The next games now are most important. Arsenal away, Southampton, Brighton, Ipswich. These type of teams that we're supposed to be beating, guys. This is our bread and butter. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, we need to start beating those teams now. Do you know what I mean? We need to start winning against those teams now and move up that league. I think we will. I really do. Martinez goal, like the Giggs goal. Yeah, except for Giggs took on about 8 players before he did it. I got that one. Except for Giggs took on about 8 players. But the finish was like Ryan Giggs. I agree. It was like Ryan Giggs. I love that goal. Absolutely. Ryan Giggs goal. Hairy chest. A lot. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely. Maybe a Maguire goal will haunt Liverpool for life. Absolutely. You know what? Maybe a Maguire goal will haunt Liverpool. I mean, imagine if Maguire scored the winner and he was like this. Maguire was like this around Anfield. It nearly happened, guys. It nearly happened. It did. It nearly happened. It should have happened most likely. It should have happened, but it didn't happen, unfortunately. But it is what it is, of course, guys. It is what it is. So I suppose I'm happy with the players in the derby match, but post results turned mad. It should not happen. What could be next on Amram's plans? Absolutely. Look, Amram's not happy. Amram knows you can tell in Amram's mannerism that he's not happy because at the end of the day, he's been let down by these players. And this is something that we've been talking about for a number of years, is that these players will turn it on when they like. And when the going gets tough, they turn it off. And they like a light switch, and your bread and butter games against the likes of obviously Southampton and Ipswich and Everton and teams like that. Those are the games you're supposed to be winning, but these are the games we are losing. We lost to Nottingham Forest. We lost to Wolves. We lost to obviously, Bournemouth. You know what I mean? We lost games we shouldn't be losing. Brighton, and you look at these games, and you think those are the games that really disappoint. Those are the games that you think, well, how comes this team can turn it on at Anfield, but can't do it against those teams? But that is the nature of football. That is football at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? How comes one team can win 5-0 one week and lose 3-0 the other week? It's like that, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's a mentality thing. And Man United need to sort this out very quickly. They need to get their mentality up and running, because at the end of the day, you know what? You only get 3 points or 1 point for a draw and a win, for no matter what team you play in the Premier League. So you've got to treat every single game equally, as we say. Fernandes was brilliant. He didn't kick a long balls. Liverpool was cold. We didn't even play out from the back. Onana kicked it up front. Liverpool fought. It was a good tactical display, guys. He got it absolutely spot on, Ruben Amram. Absolutely spot on. Let me get some of the comments in, guys, from Ruben Amram. I want to get some of the quotes from Ruben Amram from yesterday's game, of course, guys. So let me just get these in for you, and we can have a little wander through his comments and stuff like that, of course. But let's have a look at this. There we go. Okay. Ruben Amram said, the important thing is not to forget tomorrow and to resume bad habits in the next match. I will remind these players that they have to suffer. It is part of our job. Absolutely. On the pitch, you have to fight for that badge. You have to suffer. I know it sounds harsh. I know it sounds sinister, but that is what these Man United players have to do, of course. I'm trying to push this team every day. Everybody is too comfortable. It's not about the system. Absolutely. And Bruno Fernandes did say, let's just touch on the same thing, that it's not about the system. It is about not being too comfortable. And after today, we cannot be too comfortable, because this is what we have to do now. We have to take this result, take the positivity, and take it into the next games, of course, guys. Lissandro Marcina said, we changed our mindset. I saw that everyone was confident today in the duels, the passes, in defense. The last matches were mediocre. It's true, and we recognize it. Today, we played really well, but let's carry it on, Licha. Let's carry it on, of course. Licha also said, It's good feeling, but to score. But the most important thing is to win. I don't care who scores. I just want us to win and make people happy. Thank you, Leacher. You made some people a little bit happy yesterday. You did. At the end of the day, you did make some people happy yesterday. He also said, Leacher Martinez, a little bit sorry because we came to win and we showed it until the last second. We could win. I'm happy with the team's performance. We played well with freedom, whereas we fought too much in the last matches. We have to play with personality. Like today, I believe a lot in this team, in this coach. The mental is important. In football, it was different today. So the mentality is what we need to concentrate on. This is where we've come unstuck over the last years, of course. We need to think about the mentality going forward, of course, and winning games. You know what I mean? Having that mentality. Every game should be like the Liverpool game. Every game we go into should be like the Liverpool game, of course. Leacher also said, we have to believe because we are capable, we can compete with anyone. We showed it against City, against Liverpool. We have the right players. We have to believe. That is all. You have to believe against the Southamptons and Ipswiches of this world, my friend. You know what I mean? This is where we have to start believing, of course, guys. Absolutely. Ruben Amram said in regards to Harry Maguire, for me, missing chances or playing badly with the ball is not the big issue. For me, the big issue is that Harry gave everything on the pitch. That is the most important thing. That's not an issue, of course. That's a good thing, of course, Ruben. But you know what? Yeah, he did miss that big chance at the end, but we're not going to criticize him for that. If he got it on target, Man United, this will be a completely different chat, mate. We'll be absolutely buzzing. We are content. We are happy with the way it went out, the way it went in the end. You know what? We're happy at the end of the way the game went. And you know what? We didn't lose the game. We played well in the game. The most important thing for me is that not only the fact that we didn't lose the game, it's the fact that we played well and we went toe-to-toe with Liverpool, 50% possession. We had the best chances in the game. And that is what I liked. It's not like a snatch and grab where we parked the bus and that was it. It was a great performance, of course, guys. You could see in the game, it was not like we are not suffering all the time because we controlled the ball. Sometimes winning some fouls, controlling the transitions. It was a good game. Absolutely. Good game and absolutely controlled game, of course. I want to keep Xerxes because he gives everything. He's trying in training, but we don't know. The window is open. We will see what happens. Absolutely. He wants to keep Xerxes. Obviously, there was rumors earlier this week that Xerxes wants to leave the football club. He could be going on loan to Juventus, or he could be going for a permanent transfer. Who knows? Ruben Amram wants to keep him. Ruben Amram likes the player. You know what? There we are. In regards to Ruben Amram, he said, it's not the system, it's something else, and it's hard to understand. Even the coach, we must be disappointed today, even more than the other games. Did I tell the players? No, because I have to calm down to choose the right words. It's a difficult time, but it's a complicated, not to get angry. Exactly what he's saying there is that the problem is why are we not playing like this against the other teams? Why are we playing like this against Liverpool, against Manchester City, and then we're not playing like this against the likes of Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest and Wolves? That is the problem that we're having. And there's no point getting these type of results if we're not going to do it. If we're not going to go and beat Southampton, if we're not going to beat Ipswich, if we're not going to beat Brighton of Hove Albion, then what's the point of drawing against Liverpool? There's no point, is there, to be honest with you? So we need to go to Arsenal next week. It's a tough game against Arsenal. And then we need to beat Southampton. That is the biggest priority as well. It's consistency, of course, guys. I want to see the team play so much better, but the most important thing is to address today is mentality. We were a different team today, not because of the system, tactical. We faced the competition the way we're supposed to. Doesn't matter, opponent. We have to face like that. Absolutely. Again, who you play shouldn't matter. You should be able to play and give that effort every single game you play. No matter who the opposition, no matter if it's Liverpool or Southampton or Barnsley. Man United need to play the same against everyone. That is clear. In regards to maintaining the level, that is clear. Everybody thinks the same. We have to start someday to be consistent, not in the way we play, but in the how we face the competition. So let's start today. Absolutely. Absolutely. He said, we should get mad and disappointed more than the other day against Newcastle, Bournemouth, and Nottingham Forest. Today, we need to be really disappointed. There you go, guys. Absolutely. And the levels, guys, levels. I think I get more mad because of the other games. It's even harder to understand some things. This is not about the system, the technique. It's about something else. And what is that something else, guys? What is that something else? What do you actually think it is? Is it effort? Do you think it's effort, guys? He said, in regards to that, should be our big issue for our players, that even one person thinks you have to have the ability, but not the character. We have to fight and change that. Of course, character is everything. Of course, guys, we have to have the character. We have to show ability. Of course, guys, absolutely. Licha Martinez again was speaking. We played freedom today. And when you play like that, you can enjoy football. I'm really happy with our performance. Of course, we applied the tactics, but we thought more about our skills, about the team, about what's best. We have high-level players capable of playing with the ball. But a few games ago, we were stressed with the ball. But why were they stressed with the ball? What was going on? Why were they stressed with the ball? Why were they so stressed? That's what I want to know. It's like, as I said the other day, it's like them playing with a fridge on their back. Ruben Amorim said, I think it's really clear when we are focused, when we fight for every ball, when we suffer and we are tired, when the game is finished, we are a good team. If we don't do that all the time, then we are going to lose games. That is clear to everybody. Absolutely, guys. He's going to get it right. Ruben Amorim is the right manager for Manchester United, guys. And we have to believe in this manager and we have to give him a chance. And we have to be, above all, we have to be patient, guys, with this manager, of course. We controlled very well the tempo of the game. Every time Liverpool had a chance, we controlled and had the ball for a moment. That makes a difference. Absolutely. Great performance from Ruben Amorim and the football team. Of course, really enjoyed that. What do you make of some of those comments, guys? Let's have a look. Absolutely. Easton, I love the performance. We should have won. Ugarte was solid. Absolutely, mate. Theo read that one. Big up. Absolutely. I think I read these comments. Big up everyone who's dropping your comments in. Thank you, everyone. Dalot had his best game. Yeah, I think I read that one. Big up. Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. Maybe Maguire go with Hortus. Yeah, I think I read these ones. Sorry, guys. Let me get through this one. Lingam, Fernandez was brilliant. I think I read that one. Big up. On yesterday's game, only we need to be positive, no negative talking on today's podcast. The guys need praising. They deserve it. I am so proud. We are toe-to-toe. Absolutely. And that is the most important thing. I'm not going to single out any players because I felt the team did very well yesterday. I felt they did good. And you know what? In regards to the player ratings, if we bring in the player ratings into the side, guys, into the stream, this is the player ratings for the game, of course, guys. This is from my Twitter, my Instagram, and Facebook, of course, guys. I got a 9, I got a 7 for me. Did okay, made some great saves, of course, guys. Some were criticizing for the goal, but I think he did well yesterday. He did good enough yesterday. Still fills me with a little bit of nervousness, in my opinion, but I felt like yesterday he did good. Delict is a 6.8 for me. It would have been higher, but I feel like the handball was a bit naive, and he got sold on the goal for the penalty, for the Gakpo goal. For the Gakpo goal, he should have been more aware of what Gakpo was going to do. Gakpo is always going to bring it onto his right foot. So what he should have he should have dragged him onto his left foot and try and let him shoot from his left. That's what I would have done. Maguire 7.6, absolutely brilliant for me. Brilliant yesterday, solid yesterday. Should have scored though. Would have got more if he scored that. Would have pushed him way up if he scored that chance, of course, guys. Licha Martinez, brilliant performance, a 7.7, absolutely colossal performance. A leader's performance, a captain's performance. Unlike the last game, of course, he did very, very well. In regards to Dalot, one of his better games. He gets a 7.4 for me. Absolutely a 7.4. Solid game, good game. And one thing he was doing yesterday, which we've been screaming at for a long time, he was getting forward and he was putting that ball into the box, guys. Absolutely. Ugarte gets an 8 for me. Absolutely fantastic. And he is a brilliant player. Absolutely incredible player. Mainu, again, a fantastic performance from Mainu. Controlled the midfield, kept the ball ticking. He brought the ball forward, took the ball off the defense, was brilliant yesterday. 7.8. Mazraoui, good. 7.2. He has been poor recently, but you know what? He's gone back to his old levels, which is 7 and above. Absolutely proud of Mazraoui, of course. Brilliant for Mazraoui, of course, guys. Ahmed, a 7.6, was dangerous, nippy, always a dangerous behind the with the long ball and behind the back, of course. Of course, he got an equalizer. He was in the right place at the right time. Great prospect, Ahmed. One we have to look after, of course, guys. Bruno Fernandes gets a 7.9. Absolute fantastic captain's performance. Thank God, guys, a great performance from Bruno Fernandes. Enjoyed his performance. Now, not only him, Not only the team, he said yesterday that why isn't the team playing like that in every game? It's him as well. He needs to do the same as well. He's the captain. He needs to perform the same as well. Not just the player, not just the other players, of course, guys. Rasmus Højlund, a 7.2 for me. Held up the ball well, brought other players into the game, was strong. But the only problem is the finish. He needs to improve his finishing and needs to be more potency in front of goal. But he had a good performance yesterday. And I'm not going to give anyone a really poor performance. Everyone did their own yesterday, of course, guys, and did incredibly well, of course, guys. The man of the match for me yesterday, of course, was Emmanuel Ugarte. Emmanuel Ugarte was brilliant yesterday at 8.0, of course. Brilliant performance from Emmanuel Ugarte. A fantastic signing. What a signing. This is why we were fighting all summer for Emmanuel Ugarte, of course. We were fighting for that signing, and it's happened. And you know what? He's starting to come good, of course. Ruben Amram will get a 7.5 for me. Good performance, good substitutes, did very well in the game. Brilliant team selection. Drew the game, dominated against Liverpool, in my opinion. I mean, that's what you're going to get at Anfield. That is as much as you're going to get. As much as you're going to get at Anfield is what we saw yesterday. Brilliant performance. Liked his substitutions and liked his comments after the game, of course. Very, very passionate comments. The substitutions yesterday, Garnacho did pretty well when he came on. He got a 6.6. As we know, he created a goal, guys. He created a goal. He came on at 72 minutes and he created a goal and saved us, guys. So there you go. Euro 7.0 saved a goal. He saved a goal in the game. Absolutely brilliant prospect. Then the Euro is brilliant. Absolutely. And Xerxes gets a 6.5 for me. Kept himself busy the whole game, of course, guys. And, you know, when he came on for 5-10 minutes, of course, done brilliantly when he came on. And you know what? Loved it. Loved it. Loved the substitutions. Loved the team performance. And there's nothing negative too much apart from we didn't win the game. That's the only thing I would say. And as we said in regards to Bruno Fernandes, we can't be satisfied. I'm pretty upset. If we can show this at Anfield, why can't we do this every week? We need to be aware that we need much more from ourselves. Absolutely. But why is this not happening, Bruno? What's going on? Why is it not happening, of course? And that is the million-dollar question. That's the conundrum as well. Why are we not playing this like this every single game? Do you know what I mean? And that is the problem. Absolutely. That is the problem. SLD, what's going on, my friend? I hope you're being not a good striker. He is a good striker, mate. Don't be harsh on Rasmus Højlund. He's a young kid. He would do good. He's one of our top scorers over the last year or so. He's a good player. Let's not be harsh on any of our players. He's young. The problem is what we have at the moment is that Man United need a goal scorer in there that is experienced. Like, we've got Rasmus Højlund and we've chucked him in right into the deep end, and he's the only real striker in our team. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, football is not just about scoring goals. I felt he held up the ball well. He brought players into play. He did well. The only problem is that he's too young to be holding that line. In my opinion, I don't think he's ready. I think Man United need an Osman. Man United need that. But look, any team could go to Anfield. Any player in the world would go to Anfield playing against the likes of Van Dijk, right, and Konate, and get bossed. He did well yesterday, in my opinion. Sniperman Maguire missed the sitter. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Big up Sniperman. No, so easily gets shrugged off the ball. So is it true we have a set medical for Usman? Guys, look, you know what? I don't want to talk about too much about the negatives about the football game because Man United dominated the game, in my opinion, at Anfield. And that's what I want to say. I don't want to bring in this. This is why Man United fans get unstuck. This is why, you know what, we resonate negativity. You know what I mean? I don't want to resonate any negativity. I want to give positives now. I want to give positives to the team. I want to say the team did well. We're not going to single out anyone. It's a team effort at the end of the day. The team drew yesterday. The team drew yesterday. Let's not say, oh, he was crap. He was crap. Let's start giving praise, right? Let's start giving praise. Because many of you yesterday were talking about 11-0. You know what I mean? So let's start backtracking and say, actually, I was wrong. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. You know, at the end of the day, the team did well yesterday, and I'm not going to single out any players for any criticism at the end of the day. So let's not do that, and let's talk about the game, and let's obviously praise every single player on that pitch because they all deserve praise. None of them, in my opinion, really got below a 7. And that is the way it is. And that was a good performance for me. Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. Really, really happy with the performance. Really happy with the way the team played yesterday. But now it's time to go on against Arsenal on Sunday. And then it's time to obviously go on against the likes of Southampton, Ipswich, Brighton, of course, which are winnable games for Manchester United, of course, guys. And that is what it is at the end of the day. Look, we as Man United fans, some Man United fans, they lack a soul of Man United. They lack a real understanding of what Manchester United is, unfortunately. And to be honest, they're just like interested in transfers and signings. Oh, what's the next new toy? And then they'll throw them under the bus in a couple of weeks. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, what it is all about is about, you know what, about the club, the badge, and fighting for that badge. Yesterday, we saw a team that fought for that badge. And that is what I was most impressed by. It's not always about what's the next new toy, who we're going to sign next. It's about the badge and the fight. And they showed that yesterday, that they have the fight. They showed against Liverpool that they can go toe-to-toe with Liverpool at Anfield and should win the game. If it wasn't for Michael Oliver, Man United would win the game. And that's what Man United, that's what us as fans need to understand that. You know, and we need to look at not just throwing one player on the bus. He was crap. Oh, he was crap. He was crap. Just leave that. Like, this is why we're not successful. No, because we keep doing this, guys. You know what I mean? And we need to just calm down. You know what I mean? Highland, not shy, but for 70 million, these were his first touch. Yeah, at the end of the day, he's not the finished product, SLD, my friend. He's not the finished product. No one says that Rasmus Højlund is the finished product. The price tag was not his fault. That was the incompetent owners. He's a 30, 40 million pound player at best, right? We know that. But I firmly believe that he will get there. I believe he will get there. But we do need another striker. I've always said that. Man United need another striker. I said it in the summer. Man United need an experienced striker in there. Man United need an experienced striker who could score you 20, 30 goals a season, of course, guys. But you know what? Held up the ball well, brought other players into play, was good yesterday at the end of the day. You know what? I've seen great strikers in my life. I've seen the likes of Mark Hughes, Andy Cole, Dwight York, you know what I mean, Eric Cantona. I've seen them live in front of my face. You know what I mean? I know a striker. You know what I mean? And I know the capabilities of a striker. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not going to throw Rasmus Højlund under the bus. You know what I mean? Yes, he needs to improve, of course. You know, as does Ahmed, does a number of these players, you know, but the problem, and Garnacho, you know, the thing is that one thing I would say is that what I saw yesterday is that we dominated Liverpool as a team. And I was proud of that. And I was proud of the team effort. The only concerning thing for me, the overriding concern for me is that the fact that what Bruno Fernandes said about effort, about why we're not doing it against the likes of Nottingham Forest and Southampton and teams like that. Why can't we do it in those games? And that is the overriding concern for me. You know, how can Man United implement a performance against Liverpool at Anfield, one of the most difficult places to go in Europe, and turn that into a consistency against the likes of Ipswich and Southampton and Everton and Wolves and Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest, those type of games? Can we do that? You know what I mean? And that is the key question. That's a conundrum. That's the $1 million question. Can Man United turn a fantastic performance against Liverpool into a consistent Manchester United team performing every week? You know what I mean? Against teams we're supposed to win, of course. Because at the moment, when you look at the likes of Wolves, the likes of Bournemouth, the likes of Nottingham Forest, we didn't really lay a glove on them. And that was the most concerning thing, of course. Big up, LT. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, bruv. Hope you're good, mate. What a game yesterday. Complete team performance, and just goes to show what a week of training can do. And I think that these players see the Amarim is not taking passengers. Absolutely, LT. Thank you very much, mate. Very, very good comment, as usual, from my friend LT, of course. You know what? At the end of the day, it is absolutely spot on. A week of training was good. You know what? I liked Ruben Amorim yesterday. He wasn't getting overexcited. He wasn't getting giddy. He was just like, you know what? I'm upset, to be honest with you. I'm mad, to be honest with you, because why can't these players play like that against the other teams? Why can't they do that? You know, what is going on? And it seems to me that Ruben Amorim has also spoken to the Man United dressing room about this as well, in regards to why don't you do that against Bournemouth and Wolves and Nottingham Forest? Why can't you do that in these games? And obviously, Bruno Fernandes repeated it in obviously the post-match interview as well. He said exactly the same thing. Now, it's no point doing this if we can't do it against Southampton. Do you know what I mean? And that is what the most important thing, of course. Kazi, it wasn't a handball. It wasn't a handball. But look, Kazi, you know what? One thing I'll say, brother, Assalamu alaikum. One thing I would say is that common sense needs to prevail in football. Common sense, right? When you jump like that, right? When you jump like that. And it's a natural thing to put your hand up like that. You can't jump to your side. You can't jump like that. It's impossible. right? You can't jump and go like that. You know what I mean? You'll hurt yourself. You have to jump like that. Or you're like this, like with your arm slightly out. You have to jump like that. You can't give a penalty for that. If that was Manchester United, I'm telling you right now, guys, if that was Manchester United, that's no penalty. Absolutely not. That's no penalty. If that's Man United, forget it. It's not a penalty. They won't even look at it on VAR. Forget that. We had one in the game yesterday. They didn't even look at it. The Google is showing Rashford has an illness, so he can't play. If you believe that, pigs can fly. He ain't got an illness, mate. He's just not playing. Absolutely. His entourage tried to say that, you know what, he's been performing well in training and stuff like that. And Ruben Amorim shut him down, didn't they, at the end of the day? Absolutely. All pundits before the game didn't give us a chance. Delaney on Sky Sports BT now, they should apologise, give credit to United. Dominate Liverpool. Amorim is rightfully upset because we never beat out. Yeah, and this is the problem, David. At the end of the day, I knew Man United, and I said it before the game, that Man United are not going to get smashed. Don't say that. You know what, Man United are not going to lose the game. You know what I mean? I said that. They might even win the game, and they should have won the game yesterday. But this is obvious for me. You know, I've read this story before. This is Groundhog Day with, obviously, Bill Murray. You know, I've read this story before. I've seen this film before. You know, I've seen them win in the Etihad. I've seen these teams win against Liverpool. I've seen them win against Arsenal. But when they come up against the Wolves and the Nottingham Forests and you know what, the Bournemouths of this world, but Brightons of this world, they seem to go missing. And that is what the overriding concern is. How can you transform performances against the likes of Liverpool and Man City and put them into a game against Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest and teams like that? And obviously the big test for me is Southampton a week after next. Of course, after the Arsenal game, we got Southampton. Now, we got Arsenal in the FA Cup. That game might go to extra time. It might be a draw. It go to penalties. So it's going to be a tough game, guys, at the end of the day. So I would like to beat Arsenal. I don't like Arsenal. I really want to beat Arsenal. And but the FA Cup obviously represents a trophy that we've already won, of course. And to be honest with you, we'll have to wait and see. You know what I mean? And I would love to beat Arsenal. And that would obviously represent a different Man United, of course. Good morning, Jim. What's going on? Good evening, should I say, brother? I hope you're doing well. Sal was a bit late with what a performance last night. Sal was so tired. It was 2:30 a.m. Big up, Jim. Hope you're doing well. Hope you enjoyed the performance, of course, my friend. Absolutely. Big up. We need warriors week in, week out. Absolutely. This is the problem. It's not a talent thing. I've never said that. It's not a tactics thing. It's an effort thing. Do you know what I mean? And these players, of course, we are doing simple errors every now and then. We make silly mistakes. We get the ball away. But yesterday, they showed us. We saw Dalot running up the pitch, crossing a ball with his left foot. I was like, what the hell is going on here? Why didn't he do that before? What's going on? We saw overlapping runs. You know what I mean? We saw that. We saw not giving the ball away. We saw authority in midfield. I enjoyed the performance. I saw the defense coming out from defense, supporting the midfield. And that is what's the key is with this formation, is that they move forward. You know what I mean? And the defense helped the midfield. I loved it. Sniper Man, our next game's away. Why do we have such hard games? Because we're Man United and the drawers are set up. Absolutely. That's what I would say. Because we're Man United and the draw was an absolute fraud. Absolutely. The draw is up to full. So, is iPhone cheaper in England or Dubai? Same, mate. Same. Roughly the same. One thing I would say, Sniper Man, is that phones in general in UAE are more expensive. For example, getting a contract in the UAE is more expensive than getting a contract in England. For example, in England, I can get an unlimited data plan for about 30 quid, 30 pounds, right? Which is about $50 for you, for anyone in America. So about 30 pounds. Unlimited, everything, and a free phone for 30 quid. In the UAE, they don't give you a free phone, right? You get 6 gig, right? Probably, and they charge you about 60, 70 pounds for it a month. But that's off topic, of course, guys. Absolutely, absolutely. I went. Where you live in England? I live in London, my friend. I'm from London. I have a house in London. I lived in East London, Leighton. I'm from Leytonstone originally. Yeah. But I live in UAE now. In the UAE, absolutely. Sal, it was a penalty, the delete. But one thing that concerns me is if the ref does give it in that moment, then he should not change his mind 5 minutes later. That's VAR for you. But my overriding concern is, Jim, is that how do you jump without your hands up? I was a defender, and we used to jump all the times without our hands up. And another overriding thing, right, is how comes it happens to Man United and we never get a penalty? It happened yesterday in the game. And now look at the left, and need to break our hoodoo. We beat Arsenal, Southampton, and start climbing the table. Need to go. Absolutely. Better late than never, of course, guys. Better late than never, of course. Absolutely. Better late than never. Good morning, Irfan, the legend, the myth, the what is it? The superstar. That is Irfan. Big up, brother. Hope you're doing well. Big up, Gavin, brother. What's going on, Gav? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope everything is good. Amram said it would be the... Amram said it's the best club and players are too comfortable. We need a reality check. Absolutely, as I was reading the quotes, Ruben Amram, we can't get too comfortable. We can't say just like we beat Man City and then we ended up losing 4 games on a trot. At the end of the day, we haven't won in 5, right? We still haven't won in 5, right? So at the end of the day, look, we drew against Liverpool. We played well, fantastic. Now let's go on to the other games. Let's do it against Arsenal. Let's go against Southampton, and let's get points on the board. Let's get to the FA Cup next round. Let's knock out Arsenal at the FA Cup. Let's do that to them. Why not do that? Absolutely. And that will set us up with confidence. We know we're not going to do anything in this league this season. We know we're not going to get in the top 4 this season. Probably not. It's too late now. It's nearly February, for goodness sake. We're not going to do it. But one thing I would say is that you never know what happens in football. Confidence is a great thing. If you keep winning your games, we can take that into the FA Cup, and we can take that into Europa League, and we can win the Europa League, and we can win the FA Cup. And wouldn't that be a great season? And let's finish top half of the Premier League. Let's finish in the top 5 if we can. Yeah, I mean, and that would be great, of course. Absolutely. LT, we all know that Michael was going to be Liverpool's 12 man, and we said it before the game, didn't we? We need to show up not just for the big games. And it has always been the mentality issue. And if it can't eradicate that, we'll be fine. If we can eradicate that, absolutely, LT, we'll be fine. If we can start playing like that against the likes of Southampton and Ipswich and Everton and Nottingham Forest and Bournemouth and Wolves and Crystal Palace and Brighton, then obviously, you know what, we will be all right at the end of the day. We will be okay. And to be honest with you, that is a mentality thing. That's a mentality thing. That is treating every game like a final. And that is what Man United should do. Man United need to treat every game like a final. And Man United need to treat every game like Liverpool. Finish games off, 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, game over, make substitutions, relax a little bit. But don't relax at the beginning of the game. Don't let players into the game, because the beginning of the Newcastle game is still in my head. The beginning of the Newcastle game, I saw a weak performance. You know what I mean? And that is what really disappointed me. You know what I mean? And I sort of expected this was going to happen, of course. Sniper Man, is it cold in the UAE? It's the winter in UAE, Sniper Man. But if I showed you the weather in the UAE right now, this is the weather in the UAE right now. 22. It's 11:50 in the morning, and it is the winter. It's actually cold for this time. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Let's crack on. We must kick on now. Absolutely, Manchild. Big up, Manchild. Legend, of course. We have to crack on, guys. We have to. And it's no point getting these results if we're going to flatter to deceive against Southampton and all those teams, of course, guys. That is what the most important thing is, of course. Sniper Man, what about getting Europa League? Is it possible? Yes, Man United, if they win the FA Cup, if they get the Europa League. Look, you never know. You never know, Sniper Man. All it takes is 3 games, 1 in a row. You win 3 in a row. We beat Ipswich, we beat Brighton, we beat Southampton. 9 points on the board. You never know what can happen. You don't know what can happen in this league. This is what I said yesterday and the day before yesterday and the day before that. I said, don't say Man United are going to get smashed. Don't say Man United are going to lose. You don't know that, do you? You don't know that. And lo and behold, we dominated the game against Liverpool at Anfield and should have won. Liverpool have been scoring 6s and 5s and 6s recently. They beat Tottenham 6-3 away. They beat West Ham 5-0 away. You know what I mean? And we went there and dominated them. That is a sign there. That's a sign there. That could be our spark. I know we've had a lot of sparks over the years, but this hopefully could be our spark that can get us forward, of course. Si Maguire should have won us the game, of course, fan. I wish someone else was in that position. I wish someone else was in that position, in my opinion. Anyone else. Sabah top 5. Yeah, Man United can get top 5. If they get top 5, they qualify for Europa League. If Man United win the Europa League, they qualify for the Champions League. If Man United win the FA Cup, they qualify for the Europa League. So Man United can get top 5. Why not? Let's aim high and let's see if we can do it, guys. That's what it's all about. Belief, guys, absolutely belief. Gavin, I think we will kick on. I hope so, Gav. I really do hope so, Gavin. I hope we can kick on now. We've seen this story before. We've seen this movie before. Man United winning against big teams and not beating the small teams. What is it? A few years ago when we beat Man City and then we lost to West Brom. Do you remember that? We beat Man City 3-2. Remember when we came back and Pogba scored that goal and then we ended up losing to West Brom or Burnley, was it? You know, and that's the sort of thing we got to eradicate from our game, from our culture at the football club, because we have a culture of this. We have a habit of this. Even bring in this. When we went 1-0 up yesterday, there was that feeling that Man United were going to concede an equaliser. There was always that feeling that it's going to come. They're going to concede. And this is the feeling that I want to get away from, because Man United, when we could score, we seem to concede straight away. And that needs to be stopped. It is getting better. But yesterday was too easy for me. I think Liverpool equalised too easy, in my opinion. Sky didn't show us, but it was a very quick decision. They didn't even scrutinise like they always do by checking the ball, left the player's boot. The pic I sent you, Sal, shows it was tight. There was an offside for Man United as well. The penalty, in my opinion, I think common sense should prevail. I think there should be a actual limit to how far between the ball hitting the head of the player and the hand. Because at the end of the day, when you're jumping in the air, you need a couple of seconds for your hands to go down. It is a very tough one, guys. When you jump, you have your hands up. It's common sense. You know, and the thing is, you know, I played football, semi-pro, and I was a defender, and whenever I jump, and I'm not that tall, guys, so I would jump like this, right? And then you'll jump to head the ball, and then, you know what, if it hits your hand, you can't help it. I think common sense needs to prevail. I think there needs to be a rule of common sense where more hand to ball than ball to hand, so to speak. That's what we need to get. We need to start having common sense in England and English referees, in my opinion. But the one thing I would say is that I expected a penalty yesterday. We were talking about it before the game, that that Liverpool going to get a penalty. It's written, Salah penalty. It was written. We knew it was going to be a penalty. We knew Liverpool going to get a penalty. Liverpool get a penalty every single game at Anfield. You know what I mean? And especially when it's Man United against Liverpool, Mr. Oliver as a referee. I bet Mr. Oliver was very disappointed with the result yesterday, of course. Definitely. What's going on, brother? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you back, mate. Hope you're good. If we keep up with the same energy like yesterday, we can get top 4. It's going to take a good run, my friend. Absolutely. I hope so. I really do. It's going to take a monumental run for Manchester United to get top 4. We're going to have to win about 5-6 games in a row, definitely. Let's start with 3 games. Let's see if we can win the 3 games we're supposed to win, and let's see where we go from there. Confidence is a big thing, of course. We will get top 4, says fan as well. I love it. I love the positivity, guys. This is what I'm talking about, the positivity in the stream, guys. The legends in the chat. Table close is between 4th to 13th. It is very close, fan. Absolutely. We're not 14th, so to speak, by 20 points from 4th. Absolutely not. It just takes a few wins, accumulate a few wins in a row, and Man United will get where they want to go, of course. The Maguire miss almost made break things in the house. I know, LT, what a result it would have been. Imagine Maguire buried that in the top corner. Oh, my God. Limbs. Oh, it would have been amazing. Yeah, but it didn't happen, of course, guys. And at the end of the day, we could have lost the game as well. Euro was that brilliant tackle, of course, a match-saving tackle. That was like a goal. What a tackle on Euro. And what a prospect Lenny Euro is, of course. If Maguire scored the winner, it would have justified the 85 million tag. I mean, goodness me. People will be talking about it for years. And he knew that. Harry Maguire knew that. I think the ball given to him was a bit bobbly. It was a bobbly ball from Xerxes. It wasn't the best ball from Xerxes, but Maguire should have got it on target, in my opinion. Definitely. Absolutely. Celis SLD. Michael Oliver is a strange man. He definitely hates us. He doesn't like us, SLD. He doesn't like Bruno Fernandes. He's the one who gave the red card, obviously, the penalty, for West Ham at the London Stadium, of course. We remember that, you know, and the referee ended up being sacked, you remember. He don't like us, and he seems to be always refereeing our games. Either he's refereeing our games or he is in the VAR room. That's the problem. He's always there, isn't he? He's always there refereeing our games or in the VAR room. You know, it's a bit sinister, isn't it? Euro's long-range passes are insane. Euro's going to be a great player. Absolutely. Guys, look, you know what? Let's get it straight. Man United have a young team. Lenny Euro, Xerxes, Ahmad, Garnacho, Hoyland. It's a young team. Ugarte, a young team. Mainu. It is a young team, guys. We need to remember that as well. We need to remember that this is a young team. You know what I mean? So let's try and build something. We still need players, of course. Big up, Revert 7. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, man. A confident Xerxes would have went for goal. There was rumours there, yeah. I mean, I think Roy Keane said it, didn't he? He said that a confident Xerxes would have went for goal. Just put your foot through it, Xerxes. Put your foot through it and win the game, mate. Win the game, become a hero. That was my prediction, actually. I predicted that Xerxes would score. And I mean, the thing is, he just needs to put his foot through it. But, you know, he got nervous, didn't he? You know, at the end of the day, that's what happens. When you boo your own players, they lose confidence. You know what I mean? And I was happy to see him giving a great reception yesterday, a great round of applause. I was happy to see that yesterday. It was really nice to see, of course. And that is what Man United fans are about. Classy. De Ligt should play in the middle with Euro next to him. De Ligt doesn't have the pace to cover that space. I mean, yeah. I mean, look, you know what? Harry Maguire's made a case for himself now, hasn't he? This is the thing. Harry Maguire's made a case for himself now. It's good to have it. Mentality. Absolutely, Rasta. It's all about the mentality, and it's all about going forward now. The next game is Arsenal away next week. No rest for the wicked, of course. FA Cup tie at the Emirates. Isn't it about time we did Arsenal? Isn't it about time we beat Arsenal? Isn't it about time we gave them one? Isn't it? I think we should, guys, and I think we can, guys. It's important, guys, to stay confident, to stay believing in this. You know, this manager is a great manager. Ruben Amorim is a fantastic manager. And, you know, we're only going to get better, guys. And when players do come in, when transfers do come in, you know what I mean? You're going to see a much better Man United going forward, a much better squad. We already have a basis of some players there who are good enough. There are a few players that are still not good enough, in my opinion. But in my opinion, what a manager we have. And you know what? The future can only look up, of course. Absolutely. Euro's long-range passes are insane. They are absolutely absolutely brilliant player. Brilliant player. Lucky to have him. That's why Real Madrid wanted him, of course, and we beat Real Madrid to the post. Brilliant signing. Would like to see him play now. Obviously, Maguire's done very well for Ruben Amorim, and obviously Ruben Amorim won't let him out in the team, of course, but there will be rotation. Will Amorim rotate the squad in the Arsenal game? We can win the cup again this season. I don't think he's going to rotate it that much, SLD, if I'm being honest with you. I don't think he'll rotate that, to be honest, guys, absolutely. Man of the match, Dalot. Come on, Devereaux, he was not man of the match. Ugarte was man of the match. He was manager. Mainu was man of the match. Everyone has said Mainu and Ugarte everywhere. Dalot done well. 7, 8 out of 10. 7.5 out of 10. Something like that. Good match. Not man of the match, mate. I know you love him, but nah, that's too far. I think we'll do Arsenal. Absolutely. We will do Arsenal, my friend. Let's hope so. We have to believe in it. We have to believe in it. Game's about opinion, though. I would say that. Game's about opinion. What you see is what you see. But I don't have any favourites towards players, individual players. I know people just want to say, I know Irfan, I know you love Dalot. I know that, but I'm not Player FC. So we have train for Thursday against the Gunners. Yeah, so we have a week, basically, to train, of course, guys. Absolutely. One thing I would say is that what Dalot did yesterday is exactly what we've been saying to do for ages. Go forward, cross the ball with your left foot. Go forward, cross the ball with your left foot. If you're playing on the left, cross it with your left foot. And that's exactly what he did yesterday. Lo and behold, decent performance. Exactly, guys. Ugarte did the dirty work against three-man midfielder, man of the match. Absolutely. Can't say nothing more than Ugarte. Anything else. My goodness me. Bruno, Ugarte were fantastic yesterday. And as was Mainu in that, of course, guys. Maguire had a good game as well. Brilliant game, of course, guys. Ahmad was dangerous again. You know what I mean? Again, of course, absolutely. Shearer and Keane says he's man of the match. He didn't say he's man of the match on Sky. It was he wasn't man of the match. He wasn't man of the match. Definitely not. Ugarte was man of the match, but he's up there. Ugarte was man of the match. Everywhere I've seen BT, Todd in UAE, BN Sports in UAE don't have any bias. Dwight York said Ugarte. I give Jews where they are, but I know you're a big fan. You can't blow smoke over my ass, fan. I know you love Dalot, and I do as well. But at the end of the day, you know what? I don't think it was man of the match yesterday, and it's your opinion though, and I respect that, fan. Okay, I respect your opinion, mate. Absolutely. Long may it continue. Long may it continue, and long may these players start playing the game, of course, guys. At the end of the day, I don't care if I'm right or wrong. It's about the club. It's about the badge. Guys, that is what it's all about at the end of the day. I love it. At the end of the day, we're arguing about who's man of the match. Isn't that a good thing? Right? Isn't that a beautiful thing, guys? Absolutely. Martin Delit bullied Liverpool at the field. Love it. Absolutely revert 7. Absolutely. Ugarte was absolute animal yesterday, by the way. Absolute brilliant. Yo, brother, smoke up my backside, Earthfan. Big up, brother. I'm only joking, Earthfan. Love you, brother. And I absolutely love every single one of you in this stream, man. Guys, it's the beginning. It's the beginning, and we hope that we carry on. We hope we carry on, of course. We hope we carry on. And we hope we perform like this every single week, because that's what we want to see at the end of the day. I want to see 10 man of the matches from Dalot. I don't care. I want Dalot to become prime Gary Neville. I mean... Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's a compliment, to be honest with you. But anyway, yeah, I wanted to become prime Gary Neville. There you go. But yeah, brilliant. Prime Carfu. There you go. Brilliant. Love the performance yesterday. Love the positivity, guys. That's what it's all about. Anyway, thanks, guys. Keep well, Sal. Take it easy, Earthfan. Take it easy, brother. Take it easy. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Of course, guys. And guys, have a great day. I'll see you later. You know what? Keep positive. And we bring on Arsenal. Come on, United. Bring on Arsenal. Let's do this, guys. I'm Sal Warner. This is Stretford Post, and this is Breaking Dawn. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new, and please don't forget to smash a like on the video, you legends. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great one. Take it easy. Peace.